Good morning. Thank you very much. It's indeed a honor and a privilege to be here with you this morning in this hallowed hall, statuary hall here at the U.S. Capitol. Before we begin this morning, I want to say a special thanks to the um, two leaders of the Congressional Prayer Breakfast, a National Prayer Breakfast. That is Tracy Mann and Frank Markman. You guys did an incredible job in getting us uh, planned, and I thank you very much for it. I also want to welcome members of leadership here, Speaker Johnson, Minority Leader Jeffers, members of the various caucuses here. It's good to have each and every one of you here this morning. Again, in this esteemed hallowed hall that has so much of our nation's history. Esteemed guests, leaders, and fellow citizens, as we convene today at the National Prayer Breakfast, our hearts are weighed down with sorrow and reverence as we collectively mourn the loss of brave servicemen and women who made the ultimate sacrifice over this last weekend. Additionally, we extend our prayers to those who were wounded, both in body and spirit, as they served our nation with unwavering dedication. Let us join this together in a prolonged moment of prayer to honor the fallen, seek healing for the wounded, and find solace for the grieving families. Almighty and compassionate God, in this solemn moment, we turn to you with heavy hearts, seeking our grace and mercy for those who have lost their lives in service to our nation. We pray for the families and loved ones left behind, asking for your comfort to envelop them in their grief. May your abiding presence be a source of strength as they navigate the challenging path of mourning. For those who bear the physical and emotional scars of battle, we implore your healing touch. Grant them resilience, courage, and the support they need for the journey to recovery. May they find solace in the knowledge that their sacrifices are not forgotten, and may they be surrounded by a community that stands solidly with them. In this moment of collective supplication, we lift up our leaders, both civilian and military. Grant them wisdom, discernment, and compassion as they grapple with the weighty responsibilities of government and the defense. May their decisions be guided by a genuine commitment to upholding the values that define our great nation. And may they be inspired to work tirelessly for all the well-being of all citizens. Thank you. And I also want to say this. Some of us will be headed over tomorrow over to Dover, Delaware for a dignified transfer ceremony. Most of the leadership in this hall this morning will be doing that. And so let's let's think about the men and women who lost their lives this last weekend and have their families in prayer. They certainly going to need it. They got some trying days and months ahead of them, and I want them to know the United States is fully supportive of them, and for our men and injured uh, soldiers overseas. I want you to know the United States is behind you as well, and wishing you a very speedy recovery. As we reflect on the challenges that confront us, let the spirit of unity forged in prayer remind us of the enduring values that have sustained us through the history. We pray for a deep sense of national unity, transcending political divisions and ideological differences. May our shared grief over the loss of these brave souls serve as a catalyst for unity, solidarity, and a renewed commitment to the ideals that make America resilient and compassionate. And I just want to say this as well. This breakfast I think is one of my favorite events of the year. It's when we come together. Um, and this year we were in this Hallowed Hall, Statuary Hall, and we come together as a body, a governing body. We're not. We're in this room. We're not Republicans. We're not Democrats. We're not independents. We are a governing body, and we're coming together as one. Let's take the opportunity we have today to leave here this morning as one and work for the behalf of the American people as one. Our nation faces so many challenges in the coming year, and the last thing we need to have happen is division. And we need to remember the reason we're here. Sometimes in this capital, you lose the sense of why you're here. It's easy to do. You get away from your home district, you get up here, and you forget why you were elected. But I will tell you, the constituents don't. They hold you accountable for everything. And so let's not forget about them. We have a bold agenda ahead of us this year in Congress. And I know with a unified body on both ends of Pennsylvania Avenue here, we can get the work of this country done. And let's quit the bickering. There's so much arguing and bickering that goes on just at all levels. You know, let's quit the name calling. I've heard a lot of that on the trail. Let's remember what we're doing. We've all got our agenda, and I understand that. Let's talk about our agenda. Let's talk about our ideals. We're here to do the people's work. And I will tell you, it's an honor and a privilege to be at this podium here this morning. And again, to be in this hallowed hall with all these men and women who are with us together working on behalf of the American people. May God bless you. May God bless our troops. And may God bless the United States of America. Thank you all very much. Thank you.